Hello, my name is Tim Stutz, and I'm going over what I found most interesting in oceanography. For my first choice of the selection, it was the study of minerals. I found out from the process that it is quarks to rocks. Quarks make up protons, neutrons, electrons, and elements make up minerals. Minerals make up rocks. Rocks and sediments make up the earth, and quarks are the foundation of rocks. It is essentially the foundation of the earth. For my second part, I loved learning about the study of rocks. There are three major rock groups: igneous rock, which are formed from a melt; sedimentary rock, which is formed at the Earth's surface; and metamorphic rocks, which are changed by pressure. My third favorite subject, it was to learn about the study of earthquakes. In this section, what I personally found the most interesting was the fact that there are actually measurements for earthquakes. Mercalli being the observed damage, which is outdated, Richter being amplitude and works best with medium earthquakes, and moment being total energy and most used and modernized. Fourth topic I chose, it was the study of volcanoes. Volcanic hazards being the one I found particularly interesting. There are two effects of a volcano. Primary effect, which is lava flows, basaltic, andesitic, and rheolitic. Pyroclastic activity, ashfall and flow, lateral blast and release of gases. Secondary one effects, debris flows, mud flows, and landslides, floods, and fires. For the final part of what I liked from section one, it was the study on plate tectonics. I found the part about convection cells to be the most interesting part. They are a fluid that is warmed, loses density, and forced into a greater density. It originates from the mantle. I chose this because it interested me how the Earth worked. Lastly, for section one, my my favorite subject was the history of science. Basically what I learned was that geology was not always an accepted term, it was not always well received, and it was not exactly it wasn't even used until it was used in an encyclopedia. The first teaching position, the first teaching position for specifically geology was designated in 1741. I chose this because it fascinated me on how science itself came to be. Part one of what I liked in section two, the types of sediments. There are four different types of sediments: lithogenous, bituminous, hydrogenous, and cosmogenous. They were discovered in 1872. I chose the topic because I was fascinated with how the ocean sediments worked. In this section, air-ocean interactions was what I found most interesting, and I also found how the effect that latitude has on it to be the most interesting as well. It affects it in several different ways, such as solar footprints, atmospheric absorption, albedo, reflection of incoming light, the cause of the effect, the spherical shape, due to the perpendicular, due to being perpendicular of the angle of sun rays. I chose this section because I did not know about this, therefore I was excited to learn. Next, I chose ocean currents because they're divided into two different types of currents, surface and deep. They were discovered in the 1700s, and I love learning about the ocean, hence my reasoning for choosing this. Nearing the finale, it was the oceanography intro. I found the early exploring of the oceans to be fascinating. It was achieved via the Pacific Ocean, with the age of discovery being renewing the West's interest in exploring. It lasted from the 15th to the 17th century. I chose this because I always wondered how the oceans were explored prior to submarines. Lastly, I chose ocean pollution as my topic of choice to learn that I like learning about the most. I did not know there were several types of pollution, such as non-petroleum stuff like that. It's caused by humans dumping trash, sewage stuff, and other things in the ocean. And I chose this one because I wanted to educate myself more on the subject.